shout out to Jeff D. Lowe and the Dozen. I'm coming to New York next week. I saw the bracket right before I sat down. Yeah. Where are you guys on the bracket? What team are you on again?
The Baddies, 8 seed.
And who all is on your team? We played you guys one time, and
UFC featherweight Patty the Baddie and his producer Blaze.
Okay, and you guys are the 8 seed.
Correct.
I'm on Team Smockin with Kinjack and Donnie, and we are the 10 seed. We play your mom out of the gate. Who's on your mom again? Remind me.
Jack McCarthy, KFC, and Rudy.
Oh, that's them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
That's a good matchup. You guys are both very hot and cold teams, I would say.
That feels like a matchup that could have a lot of facial hair, a lot of mustaches, a lot of a lot of testosterone in that matchup. The only reason I even knew the bracket was out is because Brandon texted me immediately and said, "I hope you're ready for round 2." Or he's like, "You're definitely going down in round 2 if you make it past your mom." So I get to play Brandon in round 2, which is exactly where I want to be. All the pressure's on him. If the experts don't win the tournament, it's got to be the most embarrassing. That's more embarrassing than anything we'll see in these NBA playoffs. It's all he lives for, and he's never won, and he gets so in his head about things like this that I imagine he probably won't win for a while. One of the second time I ever met Brandon, I was in New York for the tournament. It must have been last year, and it was right before the championship. And he's like pacing the halls, getting ready to play in the Dozen Championship. And I just said to him, like, I had met him when they came out to LA. I went to the Dozen thing in LA, and that's when the first time I talked to Brandon for like 10 seconds. And then I saw him in New York right before he's about to go play the championship. And I just said, "Hey man, good to see you again." And he's like, "Oh, what's up, Titus?" And I was like, did you guys make the championships? He's like, "Yeah, we're about to play." And I was like, "All right, well, good luck. Don't fuck this up." And then he just looked at me like it just held a knife to his throat. And he's like, "Why would you say that?" And I was like, I don't know. I was just like messing around. And then the son of a bitch goes out and literally fucks it up. And and they blew a big lead in the championship.
And I'm sure he resents you for that because he looks for anybody to blame for everything except himself.
I'm so excited. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Like I'm sure KFC and Jack and Rudy are probably going to be, because that's how it always works. For the longest time when I would play the Dozen, I think I flew to New York. I came to a live event in New York City, but then I also did the tournament last year in New York, and I've always paid up my own way because I wasn't a Barstool employee. And last year for the tournament, so Jeff was like, "You got to block out 3 or 4 days." I forget how long. I think it was 3 probably. Because if you keep winning, we're gonna record throughout the week. So I planned this whole trip to New York for a freaking week, thinking like I got to leave the schedule open, and if we lose, I'll just do some fun things around the city or whatever. We were playing Uptown Balls, who ended up winning the whole damn thing. Within the first 3 questions, I knew we were doomed. I flew all the way across the country on my own dime. And three questions into the first round, I was like, "We're fucked. We're fucked." We lost all. Like, we were down 3-0 to start, and I was like, "This is so stupid." So then I just like hung out in New York for the next 5 days with nothing to do. It's nice that Barstool's paying for it this time. It's nice that I don't have to pay my own way this time.
You got second team all Dozen, by the way. I don't know if you might have missed that. We were talking about.
Oh, Jeff said something about that. What does that mean? Do I get to put that on my resume?
I don't know if it pops up on your name tag or your jersey or what, but first team all Dozen was Kirk, Eddie, Clem, Fran, and Redacted, and then second team starts with you. So
I was higher than Brandon then, technically.
Well, Brandon was the Redacted.
Yeah, so that's Redacted. So he got 0 votes.
Yeah.
So I finished higher than Brandon on an individual level.
Looking at this graphic, I don't see Brandon on it.
yeah. And there's my face.
And you're on it. You're like the only person on this graphic that did like a mean mug look.
Yeah, I did. I remember that photo shoot. I did like 1,000 pictures. Yeah.
I did it, and at one point they're like, make a mean face, and I was like, all right. And I did that one time, and they took one picture, and then that's the picture they've used ever since then. So, how do you feel about your guys' chances?
I don't know. It's a tough draw. We play Uptown Balls in the first round. We're on the 8-9 line, and
yeah,
there's no reseed, so the 8-9 plays the 1.
Oh, the Uptown Balls, man, they won it last year. They were tough. Yeah. They were tough. That's a tough first round draw.
But they like play themselves out of games pretty often. Like I feel like that's like a good first round matchup. And then if we win, we get the Yak, who would be coming off the bye. But we beat the Yak this season.
Yeah, and they're rusty.
It's not impossible. But I mean, there's no easy games in this league, you know.
You just have to. The key with the Yak is just turn them on themselves.
Yeah.
And have them, if you can get Dan, like Che is just like locked in and has that Che brain of his where he's like not going to get rattled. But if you can get Dan and Roan to a point where they just don't want to play anymore, and you just have to like play the psychological game.
Yeah.
We tried it and we failed. We were really close at the live show. And then it didn't work out for us in the end. But that we were on the right track. We were like the Lakers in Game 1, where it was like, yes, we lost, but
we learned.
We learned. And next time, we have
a disadvantage as a rookie team, too, because I've never played standing up. I've never played next to Blaze. I've never played in a room with other people in it.
Is Patty coming?
No, he's getting married next week.
Oh, really?
If we make Chicago, he said his wife will let him go to Chicago. But he'll be the only person in the whole tournament on Zoom.
Oh, damn. That sucks.
We're playing on the rundown set in front of in front of all of the content area, not in the studio this year.
That's probably a smart move because last year, yeah, everybody was cheating their balls off on the phone of friends. And everyone's just watching it and Googling when they get called in. And yeah.
Yeah. I like year that. It'll be like, I point at Brandon, answer the question about a Texas Tech wide receiver from 2005.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
I'm very excited. This is going
to be fun. We have nothing to lose. That's the great part about where we're at. It's the expert. If the experts don't advance, it's humiliating. There's no other way around it. I think they have to blow it up. I think if they don't advance, they have to do something. They have to blow up the whole team and figure it out.